Hey there, it's Shauna. I hope you're doing good. So this video is all about the astrological event known as Saturn's return. And Saturn's return happens when you are 28 years old and then again when you're 56 years old. And the strong effects last for about 2 years or so, but the things that happen during these points in your life are there are things that will happen that will affect the next 30 years of your life. So it's really interesting, and it's really important to have a little bit of insight into what happened and why things happened around these ages. So, and I'll go into that in a little more detail. So, what is Saturn's return? Sometimes Saturn's return can be like, what the fuck is happening to my life right now? When Saturn's return happens, so again, when you're 28 and then when you're 56, the things in your life, the tangible, the structure of your life, the things that are beneficial for your soul's purpose here, if they are beneficial, they're really going to take off and flourish and expand. But if you're doing things that are not serving your highest purpose, and specifically if you're doing things that are not why you came here as a soul, like whether you believe in reincarnation or not, like if you're doing things that are not why you came here, those things are going to fall away, they're going to be taken away, and they're going to break in some way. So let me tell you what that means. That means if you are in a relationship or in a job or in a family dynamic, a family relationship that is not healthy for you, if it's not fulfilling your soul's purpose, those things are going to be taken from you, or there's going to be a crisis situation. So that could mean losing your job, that could mean getting divorced, that could mean fallout with a family member. It could mean even close family member death. Some kind of typically an outward external event. So that's if things are not working for you. On the other hand, if you have a job or a relationship that are really feeding your soul's purpose, like if you are so in line with what you're meant to be doing in this world, then those things are really going to excel for you, and there's going to be lots of growth and expansion and transformation in those areas. So I feel like I've met and talked to a lot of people that are around these ages that are having challenges at these periods in their life, because it's so easy for us to get disconnected from why we're here. And this might sound slightly esoteric or ethereal, but we all came here with certain gifts and certain missions. We came here with certain purposes, and many times we get just lost, and we get focused on making enough money and getting a good job that's respectable, being in a relationship because we don't want to feel lonely. All of these things can get in the way of us really fulfilling our soul's purpose. And so that's really what Saturn is about. Saturn is basically like a big ass reality check. So Saturn's return is literally when the planet Saturn comes back to the very exact point that it was when you were born. And so at 28, Saturn comes back and it basically says to you, hey, you've had 28 years as a human being on this earth. What have you done with your time? Are you really moving towards your mission of what you set out to do here? And this side note, this is different for everyone in their chart. So depending on where Saturn is placed in your chart, it's going to give you insight into this. So some people have Saturn in an area that involves relationships. Some people have it in an area that involves career or money or family, etc., etc. So anyways, that's a whole nother side tangent. But so Saturn comes back and it says like, hey, like, what are you doing? Like, are you doing what you came here to do, or are you not? And so what happens is, like I said, if we're doing things that we're meant to be doing, there's going to be like a yes from the universe, and that comes in the form of things expanding and getting bigger and better and taking off. And a no from the universe is things breaking down. And it can be fairly devastating because it happens so suddenly and so harshly sometimes if you're very off track. So that's where I see a lot of people having a hard time when they've been so far off track. And to be honest, I've personally experienced this myself, and it can be very confusing and disorienting. But the good news is that all you really need to do is pay attention. So all you need to do is look for these patterns, like where do you keep having these repetitive problems in your life? Like, let's say there's a job issue and a relationship issue and a family issue. Like, what is the common disconnect there? Like, what is it? Is it communication? Is it giving and receiving, etc., etc.? So the key here is to look at where there is this constant roadblock situation happening where you're trying things and they're just not working, and you keep hitting roadblock after roadblock. Those are signs from the universe to not go that direction. On the other hand, can you look for areas where you're doing things that are working for you? Like, and it may be subtle too. That can be challenging, but I want you to look for this. So where are things working? Like, what are you doing or experiencing that is just happening very seamlessly? And this could even be like in a hobby or something like that. Don't discount that at all, because there's like a little there's a little glimmer of truth and value there, and you need to follow it, because anytime that things are working for you and things are just falling into place, that's a very strong sign from the universe. Subtle, but strong sign from the universe that is the direction that you need to go. So, so also, the decisions that you make around this time, they're going to affect the next 30 years of your life. So again, Saturn is all about lessons and responsibility, and Saturn wants you to be responsible. Saturn wants you to make the decisions that are not necessarily easy. It wants you to make, what's that saying? Like, sometimes maybe it's a song. Sometimes the hardest things are the right things. Like, sometimes that decision that you have to make or that thing that you have to do, it's like so uncomfortable or hard, but you know that it's the right thing to do. That is what Saturn wants you to do. It wants you to do the right thing, because when you do that, you're really honoring yourself, and you're honoring your soul's purpose, and that is going to bring you so much satisfaction, and it's going to bring you a deep sense of happiness that the easy answer cannot give you. The easy answer and the convenient action is going to give you like a superficial happiness. So in this life, hopefully, we're going for quality, not quantity. So yeah. So, and again, like, all of this is not that the universe hates you or the universe is mad at you or that life has to be hard or difficult. This is totally not what that's about. What this is all about, like the whole theme of Saturn's return is about making yourself a better person. Like being the highest and best version of yourself. Like, what is the very best version of you? And you're creating that. You are literally creating that throughout your entire lifetime. So, you know, this is why I love astrology, because it's all about free will. So these things happen to you, and then you can choose what you want to do. You can choose to stay in that shitty relationship, or you can choose to go from that shitty relationship to another relationship that's almost exactly the same, and then, you know, maybe you're back in the same situation. It's up to you. Or you can choose to, you know, be alone and uncomfortable for a while, but know that you'd rather be alone than be with someone that you don't like, or that someone that doesn't honor you. It's just an example. um, so, anyways, so big lessons here for you, my friend, is to pay attention to what's not working, pay attention to what's working, and move towards and do the things that are working for you. Do the things that feel really good, like that feel like this expansive brightness. Even if it's just even if it's like a fleeting, small, tiny, little feeling of goodness, because that's all that you need. That really is all that you need. You just need this little tiny thing. So even if it's just like this little hobby or a ritual or something that you do, hang on to that and hold that close to your heart, because it's going to, those little things, believe me, I promise you, those little things are going to help you get through this hard period. And they're going to blossom for you. So that is your Saturn's return. I hope that you found it helpful, interesting, informative. And if you have questions about Saturn's return or about your Saturn in your chart in particular, leave a little comment and I will answer it. And if you want a personal reading with me, I can look at your whole entire chart. I would love to do that for you. Just send me an email. I'll have my email in the section below. And I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Namaste.